Pinocchio has no conscience. Pinocchio is a rude and disobedient little boy who actually killed Jiminy Cricket. Hey everybody, it's Eden from Lemonerdy. Today I'm going to be doing my book review on Pinocchio by Carlo Collodi, illustrated by Fulvio Testa, introduction by Umberto Eco. Lots of Italian names. So you might have seen this book before because at the booktube-a-thon I watched the trailer. I had to read the book and then watch the movie. So I watched the trailer with you guys and made some yummy caramel popcorn. So now I'm going to tell you what the book was like. I have lots of other booktube-a-thon book reviews coming up, so make sure that you like and subscribe so that you don't miss any of them. This was the third book I read. This was a lot different than the Disney version. For one, Jiminy Cricket was Pinocchio's conscience in the Disney version, but in this one, Pinocchio has no conscience. Pinocchio is a rude and disobedient little boy who actually killed Jiminy Cricket. He smashed Jiminy Cricket with a mallet because he was being annoying. This kid's got a temper and he ran away from home. He doesn't listen to anybody. It's just like cringy. Like, I don't know who lets their kids do this stuff, but his dad worked really hard and sold his winter coat in the winter to buy his son some books to go to school because he really wanted to go to school like all the other real boys. And then he was supposed to be going to school and then he sold his book for a ticket to a puppet show. He almost got burned as wood for the puppet master's fire while he was cooking his dinner. Then he ran away, did a bunch of other stuff. It was actually kind of weird. Like, there was some sort of scam with a talking cat. There was a talking fox. One of them didn't have a leg. They hung Pinocchio. There was a lot of weird stuff going on. They were scamming him, telling him to bury the gold he got from his father so that it would grow on a tree. We all know money doesn't grow on trees. But Pinocchio didn't go to school, so he wasn't very smart. And my oldest brother is cutting the grass again, so I might have to yell at certain times when he comes near my window. The Disney movie was nothing like the book, and the book was closer to the bootleg version of the movie. The only thing that was really different was instead of a cat and a fox, there was a man and a woman that were trying to scam Pinocchio. And instead of trying to jump him for his money, well, they did do that once. Instead of that being their main thing, they were trying to capture him and sell him to a puppeteer because he was a live puppet, and that was like super special because he didn't have to use strings. He would just be like an actor. The puppet master stepped up as a caretaker for Pinocchio, but he really just wanted him to act in his shows. It wasn't a terrible movie. It was actually pretty good. The only thing that was bad about it was that there weren't as many different problems and individual little stories as there was in here. This book it had more things in it than the movie. Like, there was more adventures that Pinocchio was on when he's on the island, and there was nothing about the blue fairy that was like his mother. It was more realistic because this book is very whimsical and magical and things you would never even think of. That is the blue fairy, and those are the bunnies with the coffin that were about to take him to die because he didn't want to take his medicine. Despite the cringiness from Pinocchio being so disobedient, it was actually pretty fun to read. I myself like reading fairy tales. I actually have a book of fairy tales that I used for one of the YouTube challenges. The Great Illustrated Fairy Tales, Beauty and the Beast, Rapunzel, Thumbelina, and Other Stories. So I really like reading fairy tales. I even watch Once Upon a Time on Netflix. I like the whimsicalness, the magicalness. Is magicalness a word? I don't think so, but I'm gonna use it anyway. I just like fairy tales. I like Pinocchio and the movie. I would recommend them to everybody. The book is really long. It's pretty kid-friendly, so you could read it to your little brother or sister or your kid as a bedtime story. It's that kind of book because it has pictures on like every other page. There'll be pictures across one whole page, and then one page with words on both sides. That's my review for Pinocchio by Carlo Collodi. I have a bunch of other Booktube-a-thon books to review, so make sure that you guys like and subscribe so that you don't miss any of my other videos. Bye! Starlink Battle for Atlas. So, in this game, it comes with a bunch of pieces because this is the starter pack. You get to pick 2 weapons, a ship, and a pilot, and they all come to life in the game. You use them to defend the Atlas star system from the evil Forgotten Legion. Dun dun dun! I'll be playing the game with my brother David. I only have 1 starter pack, so I